Hello everyone, this is my first video and I'm trying to figure out everything with like the editing and recording and all that, so please bear with me. So, today, so I'm on TikTok a lot and I've seen the latest discourse on Taylor's trash album, right?
If you listen to the new Taylor Swift album with your ears, I think you're going to be happy, but if you listen with your brain, I think you're going to be confused.
And I thought, I've never actually sat down and listened to any album, let alone a Taylor Swift album. And I wanted to document it. Now, I do want to say that I have heard Taylor Swift songs before. I think it's impossible to have never heard a Taylor Swift song before. Like, one song that I actually love from her is that song from years ago that I heard in my childhood, my teenagerhood, or whatever you want to call it. the she wears shirt skirts, I wear t-shirts, she's cheer captain, I'm on the bleachers song. That one I've obviously have heard before. It was a huge part of my childhood. But for some reason, I've never really gone out of my way to listen to a Taylor Swift album. Now, before we start, I want to preface this by saying that I am not a Taylor Swift stan or lover, nor am I a hater of hers. So I'm going into this completely unbiased with a clean slate, besides the couple of songs I obviously have heard from her. So if you're watching this video expecting me to absolutely love Taylor Swift and everything she does, or absolutely hate everything, you've come to the wrong place. I think that's everything. Let's get started. Okay, so according to Google, her first album, a self-titled album published in 2006, was called Taylor Swift, and it was a country album. Now, I don't hate country, but it's not the genre I would willingly listen to, so this is gonna be interesting. So, here's how I'm gonna do this. Because obviously I can't just listen to an album and be like, yeah, that was fine. I need some structure, okay? So I made a tier list. Yeah, a tier list, because that's how my brain works. I put everything into categories immediately, and it just makes life easier. The tiers go like this. At the very top, we have, okay, T-Level, like she's actually really good here. The songs I might even play more than once. Next is, she's actually really good, which is, yeah, she's doing her thing, hitting the notes, making it work. Then there's, okay, which is fine, I guess. Not bad, not amazing, just kind of there. After that, we have skip, the songs I'm just not gonna bother with. And finally, this is the reason I haven't listened to it, Taylor album, which is basically the track Send Me Quico. Yep, I get it now. This is why I avoided this. I think that's everything.
Her first song, Tim McGraw, from what I can see and tell from the lyrics, is about a heartbreak. I did a little research and I found out that she wrote this song, or wrote this album, while she was a kid, basically. She was in, I believe, 9th grade, so about around 14 or 13 maybe. And you can tell that it's written from the perspective of someone, a kid, basically. Now, that's not a bad thing, but it's not really a spectacular thing either. It's really just an observation. My interpretation of the song, it's not really a song that you really have to deep dive into. It's very simple, really. It's about a girl who is experiencing heartbreak, maybe her first love. And I guess she's relating Tim McGraw to a memory of her. Maybe they like to listen to it together. Or just relating her to her favorite song, which is what she says in the song, obviously. It's a very basic country song, really. My rating of it, I would put this, it's not a bad song at all. It's just not my cup of tea, like I said. Country music isn't something I will willingly seek out to listen to. I don't hate it, but I'll put it on okay. It's a nice song, but I wouldn't seek it out to listen to it. Goddamn, I just looked at the track list. There's 15 songs. I miss those days. Nowadays, you get mini albums, maybe 4 to 5 songs, if that. One of the songs is a remix of the other song on the track list. It's like, damn. Like Beyonce said, people don't want to make albums anymore.
People don't make albums anymore. They don't make albums. They just try to sell a bunch of little quick singles, and they burn out, and they put out a new one, and they burn out, and they put out a new one. People don't even listen to a body of work anymore.
Second track. This track is interesting in the fact that it sounds different. I like the instrumental, especially the electric guitar and the banjo in the back. But that's really all I enjoy about this song. My least favorite part is especially toward the beginning where she kind of talks, I guess. At least for me, it throws off the flow of the track. The lyrics are again subpar, which is expected because she was a child when she wrote this. But I do notice that her lyrics are just descriptions, not any metaphors or anything like that. Which again, I expected. I think... Oh, and I do enjoy towards the end where it was kind of a cappella while she was singing. I really enjoyed that part as well. That's about it. I would put this in the skip category. It's not horrible, but I don't like it that much. This is off topic, but Taylor Swift used to be so pretty when she had this aesthetic. Like, I especially loved her eyes. Like, wow, so pretty. I've never really looked at pictures of her when she was younger. Also, what is this? Who? Third track, Teardrops on My Guitar. My thoughts during this whole song was, it's cute. That's it. No notes. I will put this in the skip tier. Fourth track is A Place in This World. Now, this track is nostalgic to me, and I don't know why, because I have never heard of this song before. I guess because it reminds me of Prime Disney Channel. I also noticed that there is some type of voice in the background. I don't know if it's Taylor Swift scaled down or if it's a man. I enjoyed the harmonies though. I quite enjoy the vocals on this song. I can't tell you why, but like I said, I think it goes back to that nostalgic feeling I get when I hear this. And Taylor Swift was probably the first girl to say, "I'm just a girl," and it has now become somewhat of a meme. I could go into a whole dissertation on the "I'm just a girl" meme and how it has done irreparable damage to women in general. But we're not gonna get into that. I'll put this one in the okay tier. Now on to the fifth song, called as You, and we're officially a quarter of the way through this album. Again, this gives me that nostalgic Disney Channel feeling. It reminds me of like teenage heartbreak. Now, I never experienced heartbreak in the way of love, but I have experienced teenage heartbreak, and I feel like this is what it would sound like. I really like the lyric, "I've never been anywhere as cold as you." Like, that is peak early 2000s sadcore. Like, I really love it. And I really love the violin in the background. I love violin in general. That's an easy way to for your song to go up on my scale. I will put this in the she's really actually really good tier. On to the sixth song, The Outside. Now I know I said the last one gives Disney Channel vibes, but this one really gives Disney Channel vibes, and I'm only at the beginning. Okay, so this song is kind of like, okay. Again, it's very average, but you kind of expect that from country music. A lot of country music sounds, similar. Even though I have heard some country songs that I actually really like Tennessee Whiskey is a country song that I actually really like listening to.
But I've noticed so far that she kind of stays in a certain range of singing. She stays so contained. It's like she hadn't figured out how to push her voice emotionally yet, so it ends up sounding the samey. The instrumentation doesn't help either. It's kind of paint by the numbers country pop, and that kind of gets boring after a little while, you know? Like, I want some type of variation of something. I'm gonna put this in the skip tier. Again, this is not a bad song. I'm just painfully bored listening to it. There's no variation, anything. It sounds similar to the last 5 songs. It's listenable, but not memorable. I also want to say this. I understand why it could be like this. It's her first ever album. She was a child putting out music. So I can understand, you know, why it may all sound the same and why her vocals might not be as good, and I get that. But for me, I am judging it as any other music, whether or not it was put out by a child. So don't get mad at me.
The 7th song, Tied Together with a Smile, it sounds similar to the other songs, but this one I actually really like because of mainly the harmonies in this. Again, that man in the back, I can't tell if it's some random man or if it's her voice pitched down to sound deeper, but I really like it. Now, I was reading the lyrics and these ones stood out to me. I guess it's true that love was all you wanted, 'cause you are giving it away like it's extra change, hoping it will end up in his pocket, but he leaves you like a penny in the rain, 'cause it's not his price to pay. I was so surprised by that. That's a bar. That's a bar, and I really like those lyrics. If she wrote this, I can get behind this. I can get behind this one. I saw that she wrote this about a girl she knew in school who's very popular and the perfect girl, but she actually had an eating disorder. And I find that so sweet. That's such a heavy and empathetic topic for a 15-year-old to tackle, and she handled it with gentleness. I actually really like this song, so I'll put this in the actually really good tier.
On to the 8th song, Stay Beautiful. I don't really like this song at all, actually. I think it's too simple, and I don't like the lyrics that much. They're all so very simple. I also don't like the instrumental. It sounds very similar to the other songs, like I said before, and the vocals just aren't hitting for me at all. It's sweet in that early teen diary intrigue kind of way, but it doesn't do anything new sonically or lyrically. I don't really have anything else to say about this song. I'll put it in, but this is the reason I haven't listened to a Taylor album tier. On to the 9th track, Shoulda Said No. The only thing I like about this song is the instrumental in the beginning, especially the Good Sahara riff. Other than that, I don't like anything at all about this song. Her vocals sound very strained and very stagnant with the other songs that we have heard already when it comes to vocals. The instrumental throughout the song sounds really good, and I like the pacing of the song. I think I would like it a lot more if the vocals were different or better. And oddly enough, the What You Did With Her lyrics sounds weirdly similar to the She Wear Short Skirt song. Maybe I'm just tripping, I don't know, they sounded similar to me. But anyway, I like this hop rock sound more than I like her country sound, and I hope she does more of this. I'll put this in the okay tier. The instrumental saved it from being in a lower tier, definitely. Now the 10th track, Mary Song, I really enjoy the story of the song because I'm a sucker for songs that progress in life, if that makes sense. Like, she started off the song with, they were children, and then they became teenagers, but things were still the same.
which she says in the song in multiple ways, with mom and dad being there, in the stages of life, and how his eyes shined like stars. And then she goes into adulthood, where they have fallen in love and they get engaged. Then towards the very end, it talks about growing old, hopeful to grow old with this person. It's very cheesy lyrics, but I actually really like them. I really like the story of the song. Even though it's sounding similar to other songs, the stories are really reels me in. I'll put this song in the okay dear.
11 track, Our Song. Man, the country accent in this song is very potent. I like the writing on this song about how they might not have a certain song that they listen to that reminds them of the relationship, but they have moments that they can look back on that is their song. The song is very basic, typical country. Besides her writing, nothing stands out to me. I wouldn't listen to it again. I would skip past it.
12th track, I'm Only Me When I'm With You. There's not much I can say about this one. I like the pop rock instrumental with a little bit of country twang to it, but that is about all. And to be quite honest with you, I'm bored of this album. I kind of can't wait until I get to the last track so I can be done with this album and can move on to the next ones. I'll put it in skip tier.
And Invisible is the 13th track. Only have 2 more tracks to go. This song sounds quite cutesy to me, and I can hear that violin in the background. I love some violin, so this brings the song up a tier. I like the vocals on this, even though, like I said before, that is very stagnant, but it actually goes well with the song. My favorite part of the song is when all of the instruments go out and there's only the piano in the background that you can hear, and it's basically like a cappella. I'm a sucker for that, okay? I'll put the song, unless she's actually a really good tier, is the violin and the piano that caught me. We are on the last track, finally. It's called A Perfectly Good Heart. On Spotify, there's 15 songs, but the last one is just another version of Teardrops on My Guitar, and I'm not revealing versions. In the future, when I do more of these albums and there's different versions, I listen to them, but I'm not reviewing them, so don't even ask, okay? Okay. No, all I have to say about this song is that it was painfully boring. I wouldn't listen to it again. There was nothing memorable about it. This is why I haven't listened to a Taylor album. Here it goes. I'm done. Bye. No, but really, that is a wrap for Taylor's first ever album, which you can tell that it is her first ever album. You can tell that this was made in the early 2000s by a kid. There's a lot to be desired from this, and there are a lot of things that I would change about the album. Lyrically, there were some good lyrics sprinkled throughout the album that I really enjoyed, and one of my favorites lyrically is Mary's song. This album sounds like a typical country album that you would hear even today, about being a small town girl and falling in love with a small town boy and getting married and chucks, beer, chucked up all enough. She didn't mention beer, but you know what I mean. Very uniform for country. I really enjoy the occasional violin and piano that was in that album, and that was mostly the highlight of it. The instrumental sounded similar throughout the whole album, and there's not really much else I can say on that part because, it's the same. If I dissect and speak on one instrumental, I've basically dissected and spoke on all, if not most, of them. Her vocals were the same throughout the whole album. There was no range, really. And she had that southern twang that I don't even know if she has now, but it was very prevalent. My least favorite track will probably be Stay Beautiful, and my favorite would probably be Cold as You or Tied Together with a Smile. Overall, the album is very unforgettable. very average. I wouldn't listen to it again, besides if my favorite songs from this album came on the radio or on my playlist or something. I would sit and listen to it, but I would not seek out this album meta. Now I'm done. Okay, bye.